CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you decided to join us on this Wednesday. We begin with the latest on the wildfire situation in the north. Aviation, forest fire, and emergency services is managing more than a handful of active wildfires in the northeast. The highest priority is a fire north of Go Gamma. Timmins is currently 464 hectares in size and not yet under control. 9 Ontario Fire Ranger crews were on the scene, supported by the air from 2 water bombers yesterday. In total, 4 of the region's 6 fires are not under control, and sections of Highway 144 between the watershed and Highway 101 are closed right now. Anyone traveling in that area should check 511 for the latest closures and available detours. Lydia Chubak will have the latest tonight at 6 o'clock. And the weather certainly isn't helping crews out there battle back the flames. What does the rest of the week look like? To bring us more, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
Oh, Tony, it's getting toasty out there. A couple of weeks ago, we were not saying that. Our first look at the weather, our systems map, courtesy of CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. Let's have a look. We do have some precipitation moving in just in time for Friday and Saturday. Yesterday, we talked about the percentages at around 60%. That's diminished to around 40%. So might rain in some areas, it might not. So again, Friday and Saturday, some precipitation rolling in. 5-day forecast and a lot more. We'll have some details as to what you can expect for your weekend and next week with the warmer temperatures. Tony?
Thanks a lot for that, Rick. Anishinaabe police seized $105,000 in illegal drugs from a home in Martin River First Nation. An ongoing investigation led police to execute a search warrant at a home on Lagoon Road yesterday. They found what they believe to be crack cocaine, crystal meth, other illicit drugs, and cash. They also seized items police say are used in drug trafficking. A 32-year-old woman from the community and a 33-year-old man from Geraldton were arrested. Timmins police say they executed a search warrant with support of the emergency response team and a drone operator at a residence on Borden Avenue yesterday. Police seized more than $17,000 in drugs along with more than $43,000 in cash. Police arrested 2 men in their 40s and a 65-year-old man, all from Timmins, on trafficking-related charges. City Council in North Bay says it's going to delay a decision on the demolition of the West Ferris Arena. The option to tear it down has long been tied to the planning of the city's new twin pad facility build. More now from CTV's Eric Tashner.
This is a West Ferris history.
After hearing a passionate plea to reconsider tearing down the 59-year-old West Ferris Community Arena,
I hear things like demolishing it, and I say, why? Well, structurally, it's not sound. How can I tell what's not sound if we can't even see the reports?
City Council has opted to delay its decision, sending the matter back to the Infrastructure and Operations Committee.
Decommissioning doesn't always mean demolishing. Demolishing has always been a conversation that it could be something that happened, but we've never had that fulsome discussion.
A staff report found the rink has reached the end of its life expectancy due to structural deterioration, aging systems, and long-term maintenance. Mayor Peter Chirico cast the lone vote against, arguing that after several years, it's time for discussions to end.
It's not the 11th hour on this. We're at 12:01. To repurpose it is going to take millions of dollars.
A study commissioned by the city determined North Bay doesn't need 6 ice pads. This debate comes as the city prepares to open its new twin pad recreation center in August.
When it came time to finding a new arena, we took 7 years. When it comes time to closing arena, we take 5 days.
Vrebosch wants to ensure West Ferris residents have a chance to voice their opinion before a final decision is made, and wonders if it's best to pass the decision on to the next council.
If the sky isn't falling, then take a sober second thought to it, take a breath, and then have a plan.
That is not something that I'm comfortable with passing the buck. Let's make the decision.
Antler says he would support additional engineering estimates if they help determine if the structure could be safely reused. But it could cost the city upwards of $600,000.
This is a women's history. This is a North Bay history.
A less intensive study would determine the feasibility of converting the building at a cost of between $100,000 to $250,000. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Well, tariffs may have hurt local steel producers, but hope is on the horizon if a deal on submarines comes through. CTV's Adrian Gabriel is in Sault Ste. Marie with the latest.
Along the shore of the St. Mary's River sits a Northern Ontario city that's been propped up by the steel industry for more than a century. Though in recent months, the foundation of Sault Ste. Marie's economy has been forced to bend, though it hasn't broken just yet.
It's bent, and it's bent pretty sharply.
50% U.S. tariffs forced the city's largest employer, Algoma Steel, to accelerate their plans to pivot to electric steel making. In December, the company announced roughly 1,000 workers would lose their jobs, the largest layoff in Algoma's more than 125-year history.
Here in Sault Ste. Marie, the local economy is already struggling. Here on this main strip, the theater's been boarded up, same with appliance stores and laundromats, and there's a fear that the layoffs at Algoma might make matters even worse.
The huge impact will be when EI starts running out.
Michael DePratt spent 56 years at Algoma Steel. He now represents more than 1,200 workers as union president.
You believe diversifying from the U.S. is the only way forward for Algoma Steel?
We need to develop our own economy, right? We can't be vassals of the United States.
South Korean shipbuilder Hanwha has pledged to invest in Algoma and use the company's steel to manufacture new armored vehicles in Canada, if the bid is selected by Ottawa to deliver 12 new submarines for the Canadian Navy.
Frankly, we think that the bid that benefits our community is the bid that should be selected.
There are other potential bright spots in the Sioux's steel industry.
We're fighting back.
A joint $300 million public-private investment across town will see Tenaris expand its steel pipe production and add to its 800-person workforce.
For Tenaris, it's all about doubling down on domestic production.
We are devoting more and more of our domestic production for Canada. So our exposure to the tariffs is going down to the extent that hopefully in a couple of months it will be going almost down to zero.
With steely determination, those who call Sault Ste. Marie home are pressing forward.
The investments here at Tenaris will create 200 new jobs and hundreds of other spin-off positions over the next 3 years. Good news for a resilient steel city. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
And it's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. Right now, we're heading to the Peregrine Falcon webcam located on the Canadian side of the International Bridge in Sault Ste. Marie. A couple of chicks are there, way in the left. Look closely. This shot is courtesy of the International Bridge Administration. It's 26 degrees. We're back in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
I don't know about you. I'm not complaining about this warm weather. We've been waiting months for it, especially after that disastrous setback in March, continued into April, wet and cool in May. So here it is, June. We've got the warm, toasty weather forecast radar right now. Yes, we do have some precipitation moving in. Friday and Saturday, the slight chances of maybe 30–40% chance of precipitation. We can live with that, so it might rain, it might not rain. All depends where you live here in the Northeast. And again, that might continue right through Friday into Saturday as well. Let's check out some of the numbers now. Our 5-day forecast, Sudbury Nickel Belt, 29 tomorrow, sunshine. You'll love that. Friday, chance of showers. Saturday, chance of showers, 23, 22, back up to 26 Sunday, and Monday at 28. More of the same in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, 26 tomorrow, sun and cloud, chance of showers Friday, Saturday, 21 and 23 your highs, Sunday 29, and Monday, here we go, 28, loads of sunshine. So again, that bit of a break with the precipitation to cool things off, then it starts to heat up again. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sun and cloud tomorrow, 29, chance of showers Friday, Saturday at 40 and 30%, 22 your daytime highs, Sunday 28, sunshine, 30 on Monday. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, 29 and sunny tomorrow. Chance of showers Friday and Saturday, 24, 23 your daytime highs. Sunday, 27. Monday, how about 28 to kickstart the week in the area. And we wrap up this time with North Bay, West Nipissing. 28, mainly sunny skies. Friday and Saturday, chance of showers both days at 24, 23. Sunday, 26, and going back up to 27. Come Monday, mainly sunny skies. Take a look at your evening temperatures as well, into the teens, mid-teens, and comfortable. So here we go, Tony. A bit of a break with some rain. 30, 40%. We'll see how that shakes down. And the temperatures start to perk up once again after the rainfall. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. North Bay City Council has approved a multi-use sports field project at the Steve Omischel Sports Complex, along with 2 new FIFA-sized soccer fields and a new cricket pitch. The decision comes after debate over the project's price tag, which has risen to nearly $6.3 million. Supporters stress the urgency to move forward or risk forfeiting close to $1.7 million from the Ontario government.
It could be used by people, so a potential for more revenue. So on those grounds, I would be supporting it this evening as well too. I don't think it's a project that's over budget.
We've been given one choice. There should be more than one choice here. It shouldn't be this or nothing. That is not fair to the cricket club. The soccer people were not consulted as far as I know. I feel this is, really being pushed, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Construction of the multi-use field is slated to be completed in November. The field repairs would begin early September with a target completion date of April 2027. A new report says Sudbury's bylaw enforcement department is overworked and understaffed. The report being presented next week to City Council says complaints have been trending up, noting bylaw receives more than 4 times the number of complaints it got compared to a decade ago, while staffing levels have stayed the same. Other municipalities have 8 bylaw officers per 100,000 people, while Sudbury has 6 with a larger geographical area. Animal control and shelter services are eating into officers' time because of the shelter's location. Among the recommendations, the report suggests moving the shelter closer to the city, as well as adopting set fines for common infractions to reduce the time it takes to resolve some complaints. Against all odds, coming up on CTV News at 5, a rare diagnosis has inspired a young nurse's career path. She shares her story on the eve of her graduation. The Sudbury Women's Centre is getting funding for a new program aimed at keeping seniors active in the community. The federal government announced $3 million today to support whole seniors. The initiative was launched last week, bringing 5 nonprofits together to offer and train seniors as volunteers. The Sudbury Women's Centre will be providing funding and coordination with partner organizations, which include the United Way, Parkside Centre, and Independent Living. People living outdoors face a number of health-related issues, from extreme cold to hot weather right now. A Sudbury charity is trying to help the vulnerable beat the heat. CTV's Alana Everson reports.
The Go Give project says extreme heat can quickly become a health emergency for the vulnerable. Ashley St. Pierre is homeless and knows the dangers firsthand.
I'd say the heat, worried about heat stroke. 30-degree temperatures are definitely a struggle for us. It's our biggest challenge right now.
We started the Beat the Heat campaign because in the summertime we do have an increased volume of individuals that are out and about. With the increased temperatures, we do see a lot more risks for dehydration, for heat stroke, and other heat-related complications.
Farouk says throughout the summer, the team distributes supplies while conducting wellness checks across the community.
We are seeing at least 200 individuals on a nightly basis, and then we do also have encampments that we serve. Those also do expand in the summertime. People are more out in the bush.
These types of supports are crucial for us. I mean, anybody that's homeless or vulnerable could utilize any of these services, from outreach to Go Give. I mean, they're all amazing frontliners.
The Go Give project is asking for donations of bottled water and electrolyte drinks, snacks, sunscreen, bug spray, sleeping bags and blankets, first aid supplies, and Oragel.
With first aid as well, it is summertime. There are a lot of more bugs, more mosquitoes out, so we do see a lot more open wounds. And it is essential to treat those before they progress into serious infections.
The Go Give Project says every dollar and donation helps its team meet people where they are and provide relief and essentials on the hottest days of the year. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Many post-secondary students are graduating this week, and a student at Laurentian University is excited to be crossing the stage after a difficult battle. CTV's Madison Merrier reports.
Alex Kowalski has spent 4 years studying nursing at Laurentian University. However, it wasn't always smooth sailing. During her second year, she was rushed to the hospital with difficulty breathing.
I ended up spending about a week in the ICU, and then I was transferred to the surgical floor, where then I was discharged home, and I had a very long recovery in front of me.
Kowalski was diagnosed with Lemierre's syndrome that caused a clot in her internal jugular vein, which turned into a lung infection before sepsis. Coming from Kapuskasing, her family wasn't able to arrive at the hospital right away, and she says staff at HSN filled that comforting role for her during her most vulnerable time.
After my hospitalization here, on my way out while I was being discharged, a nurse asked me if I would ever come back to work in the ICU, and I said no, I would never want to come back to this place. I didn't want to see this place again. And here I was applying for an extern job in the summer, and one of my choices were the ICU.
We knew right from the get-go that Alex was going to be one to keep our eye on. There was never any question whether we wanted her to stay. It was whether she decided this was going to be the place she landed.
Tomorrow, Kowalski will graduate as a registered nurse before returning to the hospital's intensive care unit to start her new job.
There's nothing she's afraid to tackle, so for us, it's great to see someone transition from the student role into soon to be one of our nurses.
I think it was more so kind of closure for me. So I came in, and now I'm taking care of people that were in my position at the time, so I feel like I can really empathize with them, and I really know how it feels. So in a way, it does make me, or it will make me, a better and more empathetic nurse.
Kowalski says she's feeling almost back to normal, but her lung function isn't at full capacity, and she's hoping her story can raise some awareness on the rare syndrome that presents as a cold but can be something more serious. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
It's a story about a boy and a dolphin. When we return, we head to Sault Ste. Marie for this week's Northern Book Club. You're watching First at 5. A Sault Ste. Marie author has written a book. It's a children's novel for kids ages 8 to 12. To tell us more, let's bring in Wendy Lynn Hale. Hi there, Wendy Lynn. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Hi, Tony.
Hi. So what inspired you to write this book?
Well, my daughter inspired me. Years ago, she always liked dolphins, and I thought, oh, try something different. Just to write a story about dolphins.
Okay, so this story is about dolphins. It's also a story about a boy. It's called Forever Friends. Without giving the entire book away, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the boy, he goes on a little trip with his parents, and then he loses his parents in the same trip. And then the dolphin befriends him, because the dolphin was all alone also. And he befriends him, he hears him crying, and so the dolphin and him become close, and start their new adventures, lives together. Okay. They really enjoy each other's company, and then Sean, the boy's name, he gave the dolphin a name. It's called Andre. So then they become really, really friends, and Andre had this hoop, a rainbow hoop, when his parents left the scene. Then he, Sean, empowered the hoop by wishing that it would be magical, and it did become magical.
What do you hope readers take away from this book?
I just hope that, I don't know, I just like to give kids imagination, use their imaginations to make them feel they could do something like this also. So I'm just trying to show them that there isn't all bad stuff in the world. There is good things too. Positivity, that's what I'm trying to put out there.
And how long did it take you to write this book, and what was the most challenging part, do you think?
Well, I took about close to, for part 1 and part 2 both, I took about 6 months. There's part 2 also in this book. It's just the part 2 connects to the part 1. It's continuation. And it took a while, yes, because, well, you're busy doing other things, of course. But I just took my time and I wanted to write, and there you go. So it all came to a good story altogether.
Wendy Lynn, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it very much also. And here's my book, what it looks like.
Wendy Lynn Hill was our guest, and to see more of our authors and our Northern Book Club, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from the Greater Sudbury community of Chelmsford. On Friday, St. Gabriel Villa long-term care home is holding a unique fundraiser. St. Joseph's Foundation, in partnership with Belanger Ford, is holding Drive for St. Gabe's Villa. Test drive a vehicle, and the dealership and Ford Canada will donate up to $6,000 to the home's music therapy program. During this warm weather, flowers are certainly blooming. Josie Turbach snapped this photograph of trilliums in Trout Creek. Thanks so much for sending this into us, Josie. And let's go to Sault Ste. Marie. Kirk Smith took this video of a hummingbird. He says it was doing the mating dance, and he says it went on for at least 1 minute. Kirk says it was awesome to see. Thanks for sending this into us, Kirk. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.